you very much.
Very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It's time to play a game of Rank You Very Much, which we like to do on Thursdays. And this Thursday, it's a special one. Sam Ekstrom's in the house.
Yeah.
Sam!
Hey, guys.
Heck
Good
yeah.
morning.
Good to be here.
Good to see you.
It feels like forever since we last had you in to discuss the pigskin, but man, we are right around the corner.
It's
you
here.
got your purple on already.
Got my purple.
I mean, it's Tommy's purple. But
Not the Vikings. That's all right. We got the right
That's all
color. Yeah, this is going to be an exciting season.
Gotta be.
Yeah. And I feel like it's so tantalizing for Vikings fans to really latch on to this group because of the talent on the team, because of the coaching staff, because of everything that's been building. These are the years where you usually get hurt when you have the high expectations.
Sure.
You got to be guarded. But, man, I
Right.
think there's every reason to really get fired up about this team.
All right, you're going to be hanging out with us for a while, so we are going to do a deep dive on the season ahead. But first things first, the top order of business is, as I said, Rank You Very Much.
Let's
and we
go.
figured, all right, we're going to give our top three whats. So with Sam in studio, we thought, let's give our top three fantasy football team names. I don't think we need to explain much more than that. We're going to give our number threes, our number twos, and our number ones. Anybody else that wants to share, 651-989-ROCK. Hit us up on the text line. Your top three fantasy football team names. They can be names you've already used, or they can be names yet to be used. I don't care. Whatever you got. Your top
we're
three
not
fantasy
strict.
teams. We're not strict at all. So let's kick it off. Ryder, how about you? What's your number three fantasy football team name?
This one is just for the Metallica reference, and it's For Whom the Le'Veon Bell Tolls.
That's good.
Not a player I really care about, but
Yeah.
man, I just wanted to
Okay.
get that Metallica drop in there.
Yeah, that absolutely works.
There we
How
go.
sophomoric are you guys going to be? I'm just curious.
There's no bottom.
You'll get a good barometer when I do my number three.
Okay.
No bottom. Well, then with that intro, please, Paul Fletcher.
Okay, well, so these are all ones I've used.
Okay.
My number three was in my much more immature days, and paying homage to the Vikings, Swollen and Purple.
Swollen and purple.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right.
What a lovely image.
I like that
Yeah.
one.
Well, I mean, you know.
No, I like it.
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
certainly does the trick.
It plays on many different levels.
Is that sophomoric enough for you, Sam?
I'll try to match you or maybe even top you.
Number three.
My ball, Zach Ertz.
Wow.
That's
Really
really
I love
clever.
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
My ball.
Yeah, no, I like
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
I won't go any more lowbrow than that.
Is it a comma? My ball, comma?
No, it's
No.
all one.
All one
I could have
word.
said that with a little different,
Right.
twist to make it sound even worse, sound how it's supposed to sound.
Yeah.
But no, I said that a little more clearly with the player name, but no commas, no nothing, no punctuation.
Is
Fair
Zach
enough.
still in the league? He's still playing.
Yeah.
He was with the Cardinals, and then
right?
did he switch teams to try to chase a ring? I can't remember.
I
I think
don't
he is
remember
still
either.
around, yeah.
All right.
He's bouncing around.
One of the few NFL players for whom the conversation is he a better athlete than his wife is an actual thing to discuss.
Right?
National soccer star Julie Ertz.
Ertz.
Yes.
Just going to throw that out there.
Fair conversation.
Okay, all right.
What do you
My
got?
number three. Let me just fun fact here. I've never played fantasy football. Never have. Never been sucked into it. I'm surrounded by people that do on a regular basis. But so these names, as per usual, with Rank You Very Much, the first things that come to mind, I just go with. I don't overthink them.
Okay.
So I don't have necessarily football references. I just thought, this is if I'm going to play this year, my name is going to be, my number three, the Gorman Table Napkin Choir. How's that?
Great.
That's
Not
a good
the
name for a
Tabernacle
fantasy.
Choir.
That's the Gorman, not the Mormon. The
Right.
Gorman Table Napkin Choir. I think that's a good name for a fantasy
That-
football team. I could be wrong.
Is absolutely brilliant.
All right,
Actually.
fair enough. Glad to hear it.
A+.
Damn you.
Well,
Yeah, that's
listen,
really good.
just
Leader
been-
in the clubhouse after
it's
one
good.
round.
All right, no, I don't know, man.
No, you are.
All right, all
Yeah,
right, all right.
that's
Fair
really
enough. 651-989 wrong. Load up the texts with your teams. All right, we're time for number twos here. Ryder, what do you got?
Okay, since I can only do one Detroit Lions one,
It's
coming right now. Amon Ra and roll all night.
Say it again.
Amon Ra and roll all night.
All right.
All right.
This
I like
one.
that.
That's solid.
Amon
Yeah.
Ra, and roll. That's a good one. Yeah.
God, the
Okay.
kitties, boy.
Yeah.
Man.
And then he's going to stand on his head at the end of the night. It's going to be fantastic.
I love that every time we talk football, at least one person listening to the show is like, she's going to mention the Lions. I know she's going to talk about the Lions.
Yep.
It's great.
It's out of my system now.
There it is.
And they get purple in the face, maybe even swollen.
Paul
Maybe.
Fletcher, you're number 2.
My number 2 is it's just literal for what we're doing.
Okay.
Pretend football team.
Pretend football team. Okay.
Yeah, like the Washington football team for a couple of years.
Right,
You know,
that's
they
just
went with it.
Pretend
The pretend football team.
Because
Okay.
we all take it very seriously.
Yeah.
And it's so analytical, and there's money on the line. But it's just freaking pretend football, man.
All
We're
right.
not even really doing it.
Yeah, no, I
You
get
made
it.
football team.
Everybody in the dynasty leagues that I know just got real mad at you right now.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope they clinched.
It's real.
It's
It's
'cause-
real.
yeah. This is your notice to
Man.
exhale and just enjoy it. Sam?
Sam, number 2, brother.
I like when I can work a couple names, into the names. So how about Tua Infinity and Bijan?
Wow. Extra.
Oh my God.
Extra credit.
Yeah, that's really strong.
I had to resist doing a Hawk Tua reference with him as well.
No,
I don't know
no.
if I'm not sure a KQ listener actually understands that reference either. But
Oh,
No,
we
no.
Oh,
hot
they do.
Tua'd it up, man.
No,
yeah.
no. Everybody remembers the halcyon days of the Hawk Tua moment. All right, my number 2.
Let's hear it.
This is just based on when I am surrounded by people playing fantasy football. My second team name is, hey, let me tell you about my dream last night. Because there's nothing worse than hearing someone talk about their dream last night, unless it's talking about their fantasy football team.
So let me tell you about my
team
dream.
is let me tell you about my dream last night. That's my team name.
what's worse, hearing about the team or hearing about the bad beat that they suffered on Sunday?
It's all just grueling.
If Devontae Adams would have made that catch.
That's
I'm
exactly
going to
right.
channel Steve Carell in 40-Year-Old Virgin. I don't care.
Man.
Oh, my God.
We are right in the middle of a game of Rank You Very Much. Sam Ekstrom is in studio,
Yeah.
and we are ranking our top three fantasy football team names. We've had some good ones already. This is a bountiful version of this game.
I feel
651.
like Sam's winning right now.
Sam's winning right now. 651-989 Rock.
know.
If you want to share your top 3 fantasy football team names, have we seen any texts so far that are up to snuff?
Let me see.
I did see one. I'm just going to share it. The Jamarcus Russell Terriers.
Yeah, that was where I was going.
pretty good.
That's pretty solid.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this one I have to be careful, but suck on my Ditka.
Wow. Okay.
That's something.
Don't get your tongue
Ditka.
twisted there.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like what was your number 3 again? The Zach
We're-
Ertz bit.
My
Yeah.
ball, Zach Ertz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my balls,
Zach Ertz.
that's pretty
Just,
good.
You know, I gotta be careful how we say things.
All right. Let's get to it. Our number ones. We're ready. Ryder,
All right.
what have you got? Saving the best for last, I'm sure.
I'm just pandering today, and I hope I don't step on any toes, but it's going to be hooked on a Thielen.
Had to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had to do it.
Yes.
Hoonka, shaka, hoonka, hoonka. Yes.
Man.
Hooked on
little-
a Thielen.
A little
Now-
verse. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's all right.
Have the
Catching that
Vikings
ball.
has anyone ever done that at the US Bank Stadium? Have they ever worked up a song with the lyrics hooked on a Thielen to that music?
I don't know,
And
but
if
I'll
not,
hit up their
who's-
PA announcer.
Yeah, someone needs to get on the stick, man.
Absolutely.
That was the Titans used to have a kicker named Rob Baronis, and they would rock out the "My Baronis"
Oh, that's
every
good.
time. That was always good.
If
for
it was baseball, that could be the walk-up song, right?
Yeah,
As they go to at bat.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the touchdown song. for
all right,
Adam.
Fletcher, it's time for your number one.
Okay. Well, buckle up.
Okay.
I'm bracing myself.
Hooked on a Thielen.
No way. Are you serious?
Because it's one I've never actually used.
Wow.
But I'm a casual Vikings fan.
Yep.
We've always been huge fans of two guys in our household. Chad Greenway, Adam Thielen. That's just how it is.
Okay.
Mom loves those two. Mom's the biggest Vikings fan, and so I'm caught up in the hype and the excitement of Adam Thielen coming back.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
hooked on a Thielen, baby. Plus, I love that song.
Man, in case anyone's wondering, we obviously don't compare notes before
Nope.
the game
Nope.
because every now and again we cross streams like that. But I always like that when we have a little Venn diagram suddenly pop up.
I can tell you this: this whole thing, this segment started with a podcast with me and Eric Perkins and a
Right.
friend of ours named Ellie. The first time that we all three had the same number one,
Yeah.
we lost our minds.
Sure you
it'll
did.
happen. It'll happen at some point. We just have to be patient and let the game come to us.
Sam Ekstrom, you, my friend,
Hooked
are
on a
sitting
Thielen.
with a championship trophy within your grasp. Thank you very much. Number one, sir. What do you got?
Hooked on a Thielen.
I love a good movie reference.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Inglorious Staffords.
Wow! Look how Ryder's so excited.
Aw.
Inglorious Staffords is pretty
So
great.
special.
Yeah.
I like my other two more, I think, but no, it's all right. It's
All
all
right.
right.
Yeah, my heart warmed up so much. I
It
know
sure
he
did.
plays for the Rams now, but had so much fun watching Matthew Stafford.
Oh, you're
play
Lions
for the
guy.
Lions for
Oh,
years.
Lions.
and
I,
years
I
and
was
years.
pandering, actually. Yeah.
sounds
Trying
more
to get
like
the Ryder
trolling.
vote.
Sounds more like trolling, actually.
All right, I like names of I like a lot of mob movies and just
Okay.
the syndicate, the system, the front,
Yeah.
the family, and so I came up with my number one, the Gary Anderson Central Nervous System.
Too soon.
Wow.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. He
Too
said.
soon.
Why do you got to go there? Of
Can't
all the
do
words,
that.
Oh,
There are so many words that you can string together to make up a sentence or a name in this case, and you have to choose those words.
I just wanted everyone to remember it. The Gary
Gosh,
Anderson
thanks.
Central Nervous System.
Wow.
Should have gone with Blair Walsh. Blair Walsh, you could almost laugh
Yeah,
at
you
it.
know what? Yeah.
There was less at stake.
Where's the womp womp womp?
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Just I'm gonna say the Vikings are. I am a fan, and especially back then, I had a dear friend on the team. I got into a fight when that game ended. Almost got arrested. So don't think I wasn't suffering with that loss. However, I can laugh at Gary Anderson now. So
Are you
I
going to
do-
text Robert Smith and tell him what you
I
just
I
said
will.
on
I
the
think I
radio?
will. I'll let him know.
Tell him what you did.
We've gone through all this many times. All right, there's your rank you very much for Thursday, August 28th. Sam, well played, sir. I think
Nice work.
Sam does take the
Yeah.
blue ribbon for that. All three were rock solid, brother. We're going to talk more Vikings with Sam Ekstrom. That's after we get to headlines in about 5 minutes and 2 songs.
Gorman in the morning.
Coming right back.
92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning on Minnesota's 92 KQRS. What did those boys do to that Simon and Garfunkel song? My God.
Oh,
The
I love
Lemonheads
it.
right there. You what?
I love it.
Do
I
you love
the,
it?
Yes.
You gave it some
No,
tempo.
I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, they
I'm
gave
just
it some-
imagining that someone's thinking that.
Yeah.
Now, what did they do to that nice song by those two nice boys?
It's
They
my mom.
breathed life into it.
Is that what they did?
Yeah, something like that.
More than fair. It is Thursday. It's August 28th. Sam Ekstrom's in studio with us for a while. We'll be talking Vikings a little later this hour. For right now, it's time for some headlines. We're feeling Minnesota, Paul Fletcher, on a day when that has a definite dark cloud overhead.
Absolutely. Yesterday morning, 2 children, 8 and 10 years old, were killed. 17 others injured. 14 of those were children in that shooting at Annunciation Church and School in the Tangletown neighborhood of South Minneapolis. The suspect died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound after shooting through the church's windows towards children sitting in pews. They also barricaded side doors to prevent escape or entry. And this all happened at an all-school mass, as this was the second day back to school. But however, thanks to the amazing work of first responders, the 17 that were injured are all expected to survive.
This station is not the place to come for hard-hitting news and or opinions, of course. You can go plenty of other places for that sort of thing. But one part of our job here is to share our feelings as members of this community. We are, and I'm speaking for all of us, very saddened by this event. We feel a very deep sense of loss and horror. Our hearts are very heavy today. We're going to continue to do what we are here to do, which is, lighten the load 5 days a week in a very imperfect world. And today that was certainly the case. As we move on, our hearts are with those who were lost yesterday and their loved ones, and for everybody whose lives were irreparably changed forever. But, that said, we got to do a job. We're going to play music, and we're going to try to get through this day and have a little bit of fun along the way. So here we go.
All right. The average price of gasoline in the United States ahead of Labor Day weekend is expected to be the lowest in years, with Gas Buddy predicting it to be around $3.15 per gallon, 14 cents less than last year. I love how we have these things that just pop up that are like our barometers now. I've never heard of Gas Buddy, and suddenly here's Gas Buddy helping us out.
I thought that's just what you guys called me when I fart. Hey, there's my Gas Buddy.
That's
There we
true.
go.
They say the trend will likely continue into the fall, with the potential for the national average to dip below $3 a gallon. Gas prices have been on a downward trend this summer, making it more affordable for people to travel, of course, and the demand decreases once summer comes and goes. So there's that. We were talking about gas prices. What did you say was the most you ever paid, Steve?
I paid just under $7, I believe. Definitely in the high sixes before. In California, it might have been Nevada. It was in the middle of nowhere on my way through those two states. It was like a movie scene. Where's the next gas station? Oh, crap. And then there it was. And it was like, oh, $6.79? Great. Sure, I'll pay that happily.
Nice.
Yeah.
I believe we got a text, because I was speculating earlier that it was around 420-ish where we topped out here. We got a text from somebody, I can't find it. I'm pretty sure it said 475. That's where we topped out here in 2022, if I remember correctly. This Friday, tomorrow, is the 20th anniversary of when Hurricane Katrina slammed into Louisiana. It had weakened from a Category 5 to a 3 before landfall and was not a direct hit on New Orleans, but the storm surge overwhelmed the levee system. There are two pretty chilling documentaries, one on Hulu, one on Netflix right now that show all of this. And a new poll timed out with this, I suppose, asked Americans what the scariest natural disasters are, and some are surprised to find out hurricanes didn't make the top 3. I'm not, but some are.
Yeah, well, you know, they don't sneak up on you. I mean, it's just they're incredibly damaging and terrifying if you're in one, of course. But if you find yourself in a hurricane, you have yourself to blame. Because boy, do they love the weather fluffers on all the networks. They love nothing more than a pending hurricane. They never let it drop. Not that they shouldn't be warning us, but at times it's like, okay, we get it. Okay?
You don't need to be standing out in the middle of it, for crying out loud.
That's right.
You're going to lose your toupee. Earthquakes came in at number 3. 35% said that. 43% tsunami. Number 2.
Which is I'm sorry. I just had the word typhoon. I was going to say, that's a hurricane.
That's a hurricane.
Oh, no,
in the other
tsunami,
ocean.
sure. Yeah.
Right.
Also, usually, don't you kind of know, because that follows an earthquake generally out to sea, and so there's at least a little bit of I don't think tsunamis there's no surprise tsunamis, are there? I may be ignorant about this, but I believe there's at least a little bit of there was an earthquake at sea. If I put it this way, if I'm near a coast and someone says, hey, there's an earthquake 100 miles offshore, I'm just running to the hills.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like Iron Maiden.
What? Right?
Much like Iron Maiden.
What might freak people out, though, is that they don't know for sure, like, how high that wave is going to be, how much of the structures. I mean, it's like this freaky wall of water coming at you. I can see that. But number one, I think we can all agree it makes a lot of sense. 46% of people said tornadoes are the scariest natural disaster. And I mean, they can kind of pop up out of nowhere. So
I think more people have experienced tornadoes than earthquakes, and that's why earthquakes is not number one.
That's fair.
Sure.
That's fair. Yeah. No, and those things can pop up out of nowhere too. Those earthquake thingers that you're talking about.
That's the way they like to do it.
Waiting for the
They don't warn us.
They love to say surprise.
The Minnesota State Fair is having one heck of a run this year. Attendance is bordering on record-breaking, with nearly 1 million visitors in the first half of this year. The fair appears to be on pace to pass 2 million admissions for the first time since 2019.
Right.
Typically, the fair's busiest days come the Friday through Sunday before Labor Day, so tomorrow and the next 3 days. Tuesday was 4,000 short of a single-day record, and the first 6 days are 120,000 more people than last year.
Sam Ekstrom, have you been to the fair yet?
Going Saturday.
Okay.
Sounds like it's not. I'm going to be in lines.
That sounds dangerous, man.
Yeah.
But I think the weather's been so unbelievable for this stretch, right? It's been nice and cool in the mornings, highs of 75. You can't beat that for fairgoers. It's so inviting and so nice out there.
Absolutely.
We are going to be at the fair tomorrow, 3 o'clock at the corner of Cooper and Lee at the KQRS
Outdoor Lounge.
Outdoor Lounge. I was going to call it the Whiz Bang, but outdoor lounge makes more sense.
Honest to God, today being my 6th day, it kind of feels like you're up at the cabin a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slap down in the middle of the Minnesota State Fair.
Yes. So tomorrow, Corner, Cooper, and Leaf, 3 to 5. Come out and say hey.
Bring all the pickle beers you want.
Yeah. You know what? That's it. Thank you. Bring all the pickled beers you want.
I would love.
We'll
I'm gonna try one tomorrow.
We'll find a place for them.
And cheese curds welcomed on the premises as well. Yeah. Hey, if you've ever wanted to break a world record, Guinness World Records just made it potentially easier. They're celebrating their 70th birthday, which was yesterday, by sharing a list of 70 records no one's attempted yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Sam, you have any special skills?
I'm a pretty good Scrabble player.
Are you really?
Yeah, no joke.
Okay,
Don't tell me that's on the list.
Fastest time to arrange a set of Scrabble tiles in alphabetical order. That's something you could get after.
Okay.
You probably got some good hand-eye with the tiles.
So just finding the tiles and going A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
I'm assuming fastest time to arrange a set of. They don't give us a lot
of
context.
Do you have to flip them? You have to kind of find them from the pile, and that.
I bet it's dump the bag out, the weird bag, dump the bag out, put them in order A to Z. So, yes, you are going to be flipping and all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
How about fastest time to make a pasta necklace?
What does that even mean?
I can't believe no one's ever tried that.
I know, right? That's the first thing I think of when pasta gets to the correct mushiness. I try to wrap it around my neck.
First things first.
How about fastest time to push an orange 100 meters with your nose?
I knew you were going to say with your nose somehow.
Who's got the longest nose here? They might have an advantage.
I bet it's me.
You think?
Yeah, probably. I have a big nose on a tiny face. I don't know what to do.
Well, see, I was going to say, that's all about context.
Push an orange with your nose. That's what it was meant for.
Because I got a big nose on a watermelon-sized head, so it doesn't look as big. But if we took them all off, I think I'd still have you. Buy a nose.
Probably, yeah.
Wow, come on now.
It was just sitting there.
God, it really was. How about most cans crushed with your foot in 1 minute? Back in the day, I'd have been good at this because we did a lot of can crushing in our house.
So 1 foot, or can you use 2 feet and kind of dance down the line?
It doesn't differentiate. I think these are records nobody's ever attempted. I think to a certain degree, you can write your own rules.
I would like to see the list of records that have been standing for 70 years, like records that have been set but haven't been able to be topped. That would be another good list, Guinness.
I guarantee you, there's never been those two giant twins on the mini bikes. They're still got to be the heaviest twins to ride tiny little mini bikes. I mean, come on,
for sure.
That was always my favorite as a kid.
We can beat that though. All right, how about sports?
The Minnesota Vikings have signed a new wide receiver. His name is Adam Thielen. Is that his name? Wow, Adam Thielen coming back home, ladies and gentlemen, after a couple years in Carolina, or I should say in the wilderness that is the Carolina Panthers football experience. He's coming back. He's 35 years old and still a pretty good football player. Sam Ekstrom's in studio with us. I mean, let's just get right to it. He's health. He had a tough year last year, but he seems to be in pretty good shape right now.
Played 10 games last year, had an injury, but when he played, he was excellent.
Still doing it.
Excellent. Yeah. Very on a 1,000-yard pace last year, and this is with Carolina, right? Not a lot of mouths to feed there. I mean, a lot of focus was on Thielen, and he still produced. He produced the year before that. So I think that they're acquiring a legitimately good receiver who now fits into an offense that is loaded with talent. He'll be your wide receiver too, with Jordan Addison suspended. After that, I think it's interesting how they'll use them, but without question, they're going to have threats all over the field. Hawkinson, Mason, Jones, all the wide receivers.
Right on.
Can I just say this, because I don't think it's ever been said about a Minnesota sports team? The rich get richer.
Go figure.
We don't get to say that ever.
We don't get to say
Guard
that ever.
your heart. Guard your heart against disappointment. We don't want another Gary Anderson nervous breakdown. What's the team name you had?
The Gary Anderson Central Nervous System.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, let's move to the Minnesota Twins. Last night, all 9 Twins position players recorded a hit.
Okay.
They stole a season-high 5 bases.
Okay.
And Byron Buxton had 2 home runs.
Yes.
And they blew out.
They lost the game.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what they do. Hey, the Gophers get it off, get going tonight. 7 p.m. kickoff. Gophers hosting Buffalo at Huntington Bank Stadium. A little warm-up for Farm Aid is what I call that.
Yeah.
Timberwolves and Lynx have a new CEO. Matthew Caldwell is leaving after nearly a decade, the Florida Panthers. So my man knows something about assembling winning sports franchises. This is the biggest hire for the new owners, Mark and Alex, as I call them.
You guys are close.
Tim Connolly is still going to run the basketball ops for the Wolves and Cheryl Reeve for the Lynx, but their boss is now a guy who knows something about winning, as the Panthers, of course, sitting on back-to-back Stanley Cups. East Bethel. Don't look Bethel, as they used to sing in the 70s. East Bethel. Glad to have you with us.
That's 2 words, isn't it?
That's 2 words.
It is.
It certainly is.
It's just east of Bethel. No, it's not.
It's the east side of Bethel, probably, but happy to have you with us.
East Bethel.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Sam Ekstrom is in studio and has been for a little over an hour, which is always a pleasure. It feels like we haven't talked in forever, but now let's get to it, Sam.
Let's do it.
The season kicks off Monday night, September 8th in Chicago. Nothing like an in-division Monday night game to say we're all back. So, I mean, let's just line them up and run down the list. I guess we have to start with J.J. McCarthy. Rookie year, sitting on the bench, holding a clipboard, watching. Now, as its second year is ultimately his rookie season, he's got this finely tuned vehicle. Like, I mean, whatever you want to say, it's an F1 car, it's whatever it is, it's a high performance machine. He's got the keys in his hand, and my take on JJ is he's got it from the neck up. He's got the head for it. Does he have the arm? Does he have the other sort of physical requirements based on just what you've seen in camp, a little bit here and there? Let's just start. JJ, how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel really bullish about J.J. McCarthy.
Nice.
I think he's got the neck up stuff. He's got the demeanor that you want. He's super disciplined.
Yep.
The arm strength is so good, in fact, that I think the Vikings are almost telling him, hey, use a little more touch on your throws.
Right.
You don't have to throw it 100 miles an hour every time. He's got the mobility. I think the only thing that you might worry about is, does he have the durability because of the injury last year? Is that going to be a problem going forward? We don't know. He's barely been hit.
Sure.
He's barely been hit in the NFL. So how is he going to hold up? But with what he has around him, it's almost unprecedented that a first-round pick taken in the top 10 has this much talent on the team that he's taking over for. Doesn't happen very often.
Right. No, I was going to say, where do you rank that? Because I'm trying to think of the last time a young quarterback did come into a situation like this, and it really nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, I mean, Mahomes, right? Mahomes inherited a pretty good Chiefs team.
Yeah.
He sat for a year. I think they won 10 or 11 games, and then he took over the next year and just lit the world on fire. I think he had 10 touchdowns, no picks in his first 2 games. Talk about a debut.
Yeah.
But, yeah, McCarthy coming into this situation with this defense, with these weapons, and now a totally rebuilt offensive line, and the coaching staff, the continuity there, Kevin O'Connell and his proclivity with quarterbacks, everything is in place with the foundation.
There's a good chance this team's going to be playing from ahead a lot. You know what I mean?
They were last year too.
With that defense, I mean, especially, they're going to probably have more possessions than the average team. That defense is really good at grabbing the ball. And if that's the case, I mean, what does JJ have to do I don't know if they can get 13 wins like last year, but I mean, if he's just above average, this is a 10 or 11 win team. It's not an easy schedule, but that said, he doesn't have to light the league on fire for this to be a successful campaign.
Right. I mean, Sam Darnold was great last year, but certainly had his flaws. He had some boneheaded interceptions that you want back. He took a lot of sacks. And I think J.J. McCarthy is going in with probably a little more mobility than Darnold, maybe a little more pocket presence than Darnold, and the offensive line is going to protect him a lot more, too. Yeah. He's going to have a lot more faith, I think, in the protection around him, and Darnold kind of saw ghosts, right? And he got a little spooked at times. And the thing that gets them across the finish line might not even be McCarthy. It might be the running game. The running game is supposed to be so much better this year with Jordan Mason coming in as the number 2 back.
Okay.
Whole remade interior line. Ryan Kelly is your center. You got Donovan Jackson, the first-round pick, at your left guard. Right? You got Will Fries, your right guard. So it's totally different up front. I think they're going to be able to run the ball in the red zone, in tight. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Boy, that would be nice.
We can give it to a back. They have not had a good running game in any year under Kevin O'Connell, which is maybe the biggest indictment on his offenses.
Yeah, right. Reminds me of the great quote in the old days from Leroy Horde, who used to say, if you need 1 yard, I'll get you 3. And if you need 5 yards, I'll get you 3.
Best quote ever.
100%.
Just outstanding. So the run game, the run game in the red zone. That when you said that, I got like goosebumps. Like, oh my God, we didn't have anything like that last year.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that defense. Flores, this is what, his third year as the defensive coordinator. I can't believe he's still here. I mean, I guess I can. When a guy leaves Miami the way he did, and there's a lawsuit, I understand maybe a reticence to give him another head coaching job initially. But I got to think this is his last year as our defensive coordinator. Someone's going to want to pick this guy up again, don't you think?
You know, I think they're going to start litigating his lawsuit in courts. And I think there's going to be a lot of discovery. There's going to be a lot of testimony. And there's probably going to be some unsavory things that get said on both sides of the aisle, so-called. And that could spook teams.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So, do this research project, and I haven't yet. I probably should. How many teams in the NFL have had the same defensive coordinator 3 years in a row and the same play caller 3 years in a row? I mean, the Vikings have unbelievable continuity at those in those areas. And Brian Flores, coming off of what he did last year, I would say 8 out of 10 defensive coordinators that do that get hired.
Yeah,
and he's still here. So now he's got a few new pieces in the secondary, but he's got this front seven that is going to rush the passer. And the Vikings were a top 5 sack defense last year. They might be number 1 this year. They might be a 60 sack defense with what Dallas Turner looks, and the improved defensive tackle position, Javon Hargrave, Jonathan Allen. The sky is the limit with what he can do creatively to create pressure. It's going to be fun to watch.
Well, that makes me even more excited for the opening night because you've got a young Chicago team. They've got new people, the new head coach, new coordinators, the whole bit, and a quarterback in his second year who we're going to learn a lot about. You know, there's Caleb. There's talent, there's skill, but what does it all mean? Boy, they could really, that could be a hell of a way to start the season.
Yeah, with Ben Johnson coaching over there, you worry about what's he going to spring on you because he's a coach of surprises and trick plays and subterfuge. But there's a lot of new stuff happening in Chicago. They're trying to kind of remake Caleb Williams, who seemed a little broken last year.
Yep.
They remade their offensive line. Are they going to be on the same page? They drafted a tight end. They added some pieces, a wide receiver, Luther Burden. I think that's a team you probably do want to play early in the season versus late. But nonetheless, playing in primetime at Soldier Field always makes you nervous. The Vikings have won a lot of games there recently, but it's never been easy.
Sam Ekstrom's in studio with us. Gorman in the morning. Let's talk. The front seven. We know that. What about the defensive backfield? Are we? If anywhere we're a little thin, I think it might be at corner.
No doubt about it. No, they have made a huge bet on Jeff Okudah being a player, being a starter. They really committed to him unflinchingly this offseason. We thought there would be more of a competition, and there wasn't. In fact, they traded Mekhi Blackman. He was supposed to be the next in line. They said, nope, we're going to get a 6th-round pick instead. And they really have no depth to speak of at this point. They've got their 3 starters, and they've got an undrafted second-year guy named Dwight McGlothern, and that's about it. I think there's a move coming. I think there's a veteran that they're going to acquire to just add some depth because it's as thin a cornerback room as I've ever seen.
Oh, boy.
And if there's a one fatal flaw, it would be that they've gambled on Jeff Okudah and believed in him a little too much. Now, Flores has equity. He's made a lot of big bets, and they've paid off here, but this is maybe the biggest one yet.
Do you think they hesitate? A move comes if they say, hey, we've got something here. We need depth in our one glaring spot, right? I mean, but if they falter right out of the gates, maybe they don't make a move. Or
you need injury insurance. I think. Okay. I think you have to account for we don't know who's going to stay healthy, and last year they for the most part did. That's not a guarantee. So you got to have, I think, a suitable veteran who can step in behind anyone who gets hurt, not just Okudah, and they don't really have that right now. That's a pretty big concern to me, and I think there's got to be one move left.
All right.
Sam Ekstrom's with us. Let's talk about the back-to-back games, Ireland and England. That's an odd one. Thankfully, it's the Steelers and the Browns. I mean, that helps, Chance. So how do you think, do you have any thoughts about that at all? Is it something, I would think, obviously, for the second game, you're at a bit of an advantage. You're already, time is not an issue anymore. The jet lag, you're over it. But what does that do to the team? You know, is there a concern that like, hey guys, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have fun in Europe. It's just an odd. We've been doing this for so long. I mean, the NFL has been going to Europe, but you don't see the back-to-backs over there.
No, it's never happened. This is the first time it's happened, and the Vikings have always really embraced the European games, maybe because they always win. They have not lost overseas yet. So they're going to...
You just ruined it.
You had the stat all queued up.
God, no, you just I didn't. You just said it.
You jinxed it.
So
You
now
jinxed it,
we're
man.
done.
Well, I'm knocking on wood, though. There's a nice wood tabletop here. I'm knocking on it.
I got 2 words for you: Steelers and Browns. It's okay.
I'm gonna but just to back you up, help you out. I'm just gonna say we're going over 0 for 2 over there, just to kind of counteract the karma.
That would hurt. Aaron Rodgers, they beat him in London last year, and they're going to try to do so in Ireland this year, which apparently there were 600,000 people trying to get tickets to that game. That's going to be an awesome atmosphere, big build-up. I do worry about, even though they have a bye week, I worry about the emotional letdown of coming back from Europe. Like when I travel internationally, it takes me a while to get my head wrapped around back home.
Yeah.
And I do worry about them kind of getting grounded again back into the season after that trip. We'll see.
Well, the good news is it's only the Eagles coming to town after that trip. So
no problem.
No problem there.
Cakewalk.
So we talked a little bit earlier in the show, but let's go back. So now Adam Thielen comes in. That's a great story. It'll be good to see him back. But the receiver core, if healthy, is as good as any in the league. But where are we right now? What's the other JJ's actual status?
Yeah, top heavy is how I would describe it right now. You know, they had an injury to Rondale Moore. He was probably going to be their number 4 or so. Yeah, that was a tough one, first preseason game. Justin Jefferson should be good to go. Okay. Abundance of caution with him. They held him out, I think, much longer than they needed to. I don't think he needs a lot of training camp time to get right. So he's going to be good to go. Jordan Addison suspended 3 games, DUI, so he will not debut until Ireland. So you got Adam Thielen's your number 2 early on in the season. And after that, it's really a big question mark. You drafted a kid, Ty Felton, that is probably pretty raw. And you've got, a couple of young guys that are...
Jalen Naylor's, I mean, he's been solid here and there.
Naylor has a sneaky hand thing right now, and we don't know his status. That's where we're at on Naylor. He's not on the injured list, so they're optimistic he can return. We're not sure if he's going to play week 1.
Gotcha. That's why you're here, because I didn't even know that.
2 games back-to-back in Europe, 4 evening games, Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, and a Christmas Day game. Suffice to say, there's a lot of people making these decisions are like, we think a lot of people in America want to see the Vikings.
Yeah, I think they're marketable. I mean, people like watching from that stadium, the wide receivers as marketable as superstars we have in the league, and also there's just a lot of primetime tonnage now in TV sports, right? Yeah. Like all the streaming services are getting involved, and they're creating more opportunities to be in prime time and on national TV. And yeah, what'd you say? 6 total, 7 total?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very much. You started by saying I'm very bullish on JJ McCarthy. Generally speaking, then obviously pretty bullish on this team. Can you remember a season that at the beginning of the season you felt this good about, and what was that season?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of the seasons we felt this way are the seasons that go the worst. The Vikings haven't made I think they've made back-to-back playoff appearances like 1 time in 25 years. Like the year after they make the playoffs have been the biggest disappointment. So I think we felt this way in 2018. Kirk Cousins coming in. Yep. Wow, we just made the NFC Championship. This gets us over the top. Missed the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
You know that was a year that had, I'd say, as much buzz. So cautionary tale. Random things happen in football. The ball bounces the wrong way. You lose close games. People get hurt. That can always happen. Mm-hmm. But if this team stays healthy, they've got a very high floor.
Go ahead.
08-09 is the last time they went back-to-back. So the Favre year, that was the back-to-back.
Yeah,
so,
and then
memory, though.
And then 2010, Favre coming back, again, sky-high expectations. Yeah. Awful. Train ran off the tracks. The stadium collapsed.
Now you're talking about going to the playoffs 3 times in a row. That's just lunacy.
Sam Ekstrom's with us in studio on Gorman in the Morning. The Viking season a week from this Monday kicks off September 8th in Chicago on Monday night. What do you let's talk about the immediate overreactions. First few series, I should say, where we have the ball. What are the signs? Like, what's the flag you're looking for to go, yes, okay? What do you hope to see initially to tell you that things are going the way you expect them to go?
Yeah, I'm looking at the new pieces, first of all. Right. So the interior offensive line, number one, can they hold up in a 3rd and 8 situation? Can they produce a clean pocket?
Yeah.
Secondly, can they move people downfield in the run game and not get pushed back? We had so many instances last year with Aaron Jones getting hit behind the line of scrimmage, the defensive tackles bullying the Minnesota Vikings interior. I'm watching those three in the middle, especially the rookie. Donovan Jackson was given this job, didn't really have to compete for it.
The Ohio State kid?
Ohio State kid, taken 23rd overall, I think. That's a piece, and he may have growing pains. I'm watching him very closely early in the season.
What's a just general wins over under? You feeling pretty good about double-digit wins?
Yeah, I mean, I think the sports book set the initial line at 8.5, which to me that's a 500 team, and I just can't see this team being any worse than that. I think double-digit wins. I do think the schedule's hard, but I'm still going to give them 11. I think that it's an 11-win team, and is that enough to win them the division? I'm not sure of that. Detroit's good. Green Bay's good. Chicago's improved, but they're a playoff team, 100%.
We got a text from Jimmy. He was wondering, I think this is a no-brainer, but can Thielen pick up this offense in just a week or two?
He was in it in 2022. He had a year with O'Connell. He's also 35. He's seen every offense under the sun. I think the older you get, the longer you play in this league, the more proficient you are in picking things up. He also worked out with J.J. McCarthy in the offseason. So he's caught balls from the quarterback already. He knows him. I think that it's going to be a pretty easy fit.
Jimmy also followed up with trick play will be the first play. That's how we know things are going well.
From the Vikings or from the Bears? I'm worried about the Bears. Ben Johnson throw into a lineman or something.
Yeah. Jimmy's squirrely. You just never know.
Last question. This is for Ryder. With the Lions, with new coordinators coming in, how do you feel about? I mean, they've been great the last couple of years. Last season, they had a hell of a run. Yeah. How do you feel? What kind of an impact is that? That's generally not a recipe for great success when you bring in both new coordinators.
Did you see my face just squirm all over the place? But yeah,
what do you think,
Sam? I'm thinking 12 wins, and that's way down from the 15 they got last year. What do you think?
The only reason I think the Lions are still going to be really good is because they were excellent last year with everybody hurt. Imagine if everybody doesn't get hurt. I think there's going to be a lot of carryover, more than people expect with that offense, because they have the same players, they have the same mindset. I think the Lions will not drop off the way people think. Defense might be a different story. Offense, I think they're still going to be pretty solid.
Yeah.
Sam Ekstrom is always.
Jared.
Sorry, Ryder. I didn't mean to jump all over you there.
No, sorry.
It's always a pleasure, brother, and I'm looking very forward to watching and processing this season with you.
Yes.
Me too. Let's do this again.
Right on.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Prince, local guy right there.
Oh, yeah? You don't
Prince
say.
Rogers Nelson,
Who
local
would've
fella.
thought?
A handful of ginormous hit songs along the way. By a handful, I mean a bushel full. Yeah. But often overlooked is the fact that I know the Prince fans are well aware of this, but my man wrote a plenty of songs for other people.
Sure.
If he had never recorded a single album and released it as Prince, he'd be sitting on a pile of gold bullion from just songs other people recorded. And there's a few here I didn't realize. The song by Chaka Khan, I Feel For You. I never knew until this moment that he wrote that song.
Really? I didn't know that either, yeah.
I had no idea. That is huge. I did know that he did Sheena Easton's Sugar Walls.
I imagine that he did a bunch of, Sheila E. did a bunch of stuff with Sheila E. for sure,
Oh,
right?
Sheila E., sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, but Sheena Easton following up the My Baby Takes the
Sheena
Morning
Easton. Okay.
Train. And then she had to get a little hipper. And who better than, hey, Prince, what do you got for me?
Yeah.
And then, of course, he wrote a song called Sugar Walls, which was, if I'm not mistaken, some sort of a euphemism.
Oh, yeah?
For a lady part. But then, of course, obviously, the rock and rollers in the mid-'80s, big on Prince when he wrote Manic Monday for the Bangles.
That one I was surprised by.
You didn't know that?
I had no idea.
If I'm not mistaken, it went all the way to number 2. And the reason it didn't go to number 1 was because there was a little song called Kiss by Prince that it could not dislodge.
Oh.
So he had the number 1 song in America and the number 2 song in America at the same time, which my spider sense tells me that's a good place to be.
That's a good day.
Yeah, I think that would be a very good day. Hey, speaking of good days, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that you can join Chris Nelson tomorrow from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Stillwater Cub Wine and Spirits. You'll be able to sample a variety of Leinenkugel's beers, and you can win some awesome swag. That includes Leinie's shirts, the canoe paddles, KQ merch, and more. That is Stillwater Cub Wine and Spirits tomorrow with our buddy Chris Nelson from 4 to 6 p.m. Hey, Sam Ekstrom was hanging out with us for the better part of an hour today. We were talking Vikings. We had a game of Rank You Very Much.
Yes.
You can go back if you missed any of it. Find the Gorman in the Morning podcast anywhere you listen, anytime you want. That podcast every day, Monday through Friday, sponsored by our good friends at Devani's Pizza and Hot Hoagies. And while we're just, talking, us just hanging out, why don't you come and hang out in person tomorrow at the fair? We're going to be at the KQ... The KQ Cabin, I believe Paul just referred to it as. The corner of Cooper and Lee, the broadcast center,
yes.
The compound.
So last time we were out there, you and I had a couple of pickled beers.
We did.
What are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Another pickled beer.
And
I don't know. You know what? It'll be a game time decision as per usual. I get to the fair with visions of sugar plums in my head, but then I smell something else and go, no, I'm going to eat that instead. So the pickled beer is a guarantee. Everything else after that is just as it, life and art as it happens.
Okay. Good
That's
deal.
how I'm going to see that. So corner of Cooper and Lee tomorrow. Come out and hang out. We'll be there from 3 till at least 5-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Mm-hmm. Is there something you have in mind you have to experience tomorrow?
I've actually been there twice since you and I were out there that last Thursday, and I still haven't had any cheese curds. So that's number 1 on the agenda. Probably going to look at the KQ merch again.
I will cheese curd it up with you. That's
nice.
Let's make a plan. And the KQ merch, I'm glad you just reminded me of that. It's awesome this year. There is some really good merch we have out there. T-shirts, hoodies, the whole bit. Very much worth your time.
Yes, and I want to say $20 a pop too, because there are some other radio places that may be charging more. So, yes,
those animals.
Some of the cheapest T-shirts at the fair.
Yeah, get on it. Here's your last word for the day. It's one of those fortunately, unfortunately stories. You got to play the cards you're dealt, for better or worse. November 2003, a flight from Liverpool, England to Florida for a family wedding. A 67-year-old woman named Dorothy Fletcher was traveling with her daughter to her other daughter's wedding.
Gotcha.
Okay? Big family get-together in Florida. During the flight, Dorothy began to experience chest pain and then a shooting pain down her arm and back. Trouble breathing. Bad news, she was exhibiting symptoms, also vomiting, profuse sweating.
Ugh.
Clearly, at some point, having a heart attack.
Oh, no.
She collapsed, tried to get up and get out of her seat, and she collapsed in the aisle. A stewardess makes the urgent announcement, is there a doctor on the plane? There were actually 15 cardiologists on the plane.
No.
Specifically, on their way to a cardiologist hangout in Florida. They all came together. They administered intravenous drips and utilized an onboard medical kit to stabilize Dorothy while the pilots figured out where they could land this bad boy. The flight was diverted to North Carolina. She was rushed off the plane into the ICU, and after 2 days at the Charlotte Medical Center, she recovered enough in order to still attend the family wedding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the doctors were like, oh, no, happy to be there, glad it worked out.
Sure.
She never got a single name, never was able to thank them.
Oh, really?
But, just, they just went on with their trip. She got off the plane went on to Florida, and every now and again, you just get a story that sounds like it's going one way, and it turns out to go in the right way.
Yes. So now my lesson is I'm only booking flights to destinations where there are medical conventions.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's where we were trying to get to, always. Hey, tomorrow on this show, Mike Brody, a very funny gentleman. He's at Laugh Camp this weekend. Mike Brody will be with us.
Yep.
And we're going to play a little game called Double or Nothing.
Oh, boy.
Which is always a fan favorite. We're going to be giving away Doobie Dabbler tickets. That's all coming up tomorrow. As for right now, in the next few hours on KQ, well, our boy Paul Fletcher is out at the fair. If you get out there, go by and say hey at the corner of Cooper and Lee. Here's Billy Idol. We'll see you tomorrow.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.